Page 143. This is a review worksheet for Unit 10. Don't know if I'm really supposed to give you all of this, but it's in the book, so I'm doing it. At least part of it. I don't know that we'll go through the whole thing. Number 1, they want you to identify the 7th chords by writing the letter name below. Okay. And major 7th for a major 7th chord, or just 7 for a minor 7th. Okay. You can have a little m with a flat 5. They're giving you the examples for a minor 7th with a lowered 5th. Won't that be fun? It just sounds like a ball, don't it? Let's just, first off, let's look at what the chords are. The first one, you have it here. See, so there's no key signature. They're using accidentals. That's fine. You can establish a key in a piece without the key signature. You can actually do it with accidentals. Makes it hard to read, but okay. So what do we have here? Well, obviously we have a 7th. All of these are 7ths because you see when we're every other note, I mean, it's like they're all in spaces or all in lines. They're going to 7ths, every other note. Well, take out the 7th. This is an E flat chord, and that is a major 7th because it's a half step below that. So it's an E flat major 7. So you do an E flat major, G7. There. Next one is here. So we have a D minor with a minor 7th. So it's simply a D minor 7th. So it's a lowercase d or a D with a little m with a 7. So we don't actually indicate minor 7th. You don't have an m to indicate a minor 7th. A minor 7th is just 7 by itself. Major 7th, they have to indicate major. So that when you want a minor, put an M on there, that's referring to the chord, not the 7th. It's confusing. It took me forever to get that. So that is a D minor 7. Because if I made it a D major, put that on there, that would just be a D7 chord. That would just. And the next one's here. We'll speak of the devil. We have an A chord, A major with a 7th, a minor 7th. That's just an A7 chord. And then this one, oh, yucky dookie, what is this? Well, look at that. You have a minor 3rd and a minor 3rd. That's a diminished chord. And then the 7th is here. It's a minor 7th. So here you have this with a lowered 5th. So I have an E minor 7 with a lowered 5th. That's what it is. So it's E, M7, put in parentheses, flat 5. Because that's what that is, because the regular 5th would be that. And then this thing with flats going crazy, this is like the, I don't know, the 5th major or so. Figure it out. Here, spell it out. Here, here, here. Sounds like a horror movie, don't it? Well, you'll notice that all of these are minor 3rd apart. That tells you right there it's a diminished chord. This is a diminished 7th. And that's down the bottom, so it would be a B flat diminished 7th. And it's a dim 7. A B flat dim 7 is how you would do that. Okay. The half diminished is where well, they explain it up there. The half diminished is the flat 5. Let's go on. What's next? This one. These sound wonderful, don't they? Well, what is this? Take out the 7th, just play the chord. What is it? It's a minor 3rd and a minor 3rd. That's a diminished chord again. Or it's this with a flat 5th with a 7th. So here we got this C minor 7 with a flat 5th or a half diminished. Because a full diminished would be a B double flat. Here. So it's when I say a C minor 7 with a flat 5th, I don't know, it sounds good to me. And then the last one is this, not the last one. I wished it were, but it's not. Here, well, that is an F minor chord. So you're going to have an F minor, FM, and then you have the regular 7th after it, so it's an FM7, F minor 7. But the minor refers to the chord, not the 7th. Although the 7th is Lord. It is a minor 7th. And then the last one is that. Finally, the last one. So what is that? Well, you have a D flat chord with a major 7th. So it is a D flat major 7. The D flat refers to the chord. The major 7th refers to a major 7th. If it were not a major 7th, it were that would just be a D flat 7. Fun and games. Okay. Whew. Number 2. Using whole notes, write out the 7th chord on the staff in root position. And you can write it anywhere you want, but stay within the staff. We're in treble clef, so you figure it out. Well, the letter tells you the name of the chord. That's the root of the chord. So the first one, we'll start with a D. And the M, remember, that refers to the chord, not the 7th. So this is a D minor chord. And we want a 7th. Our regulars, there's nothing about, it's not a major 7th. This is 7th, so it's a minor 7th. That's here. And they want a flat 5th. So the recipe calls for that. And you write those notes down in whole notes. You don't, I'm too lazy to write anything. Then the A flat 7, well, where's it going to go on the staff? I don't know. A flat is here. And then it's 7. Then we have a G minor 7. Well, that would be a G minor chord with a minor 7th. And then the next one is an A minor 7 flat 5th. Well, A minor, let's go down here. I don't know, you can go wherever. A minor with a 7 and a flat 5th. Then an E flat dim 7, oh goody. Well, an E flat 7, it's actually a diminished 7th chord. Remember a full diminished 7th chord? Minor thirds. E flat, the minor third, minor third, minor third. Now, if you're getting confused here on this, which letters do I use? Well, forget all the flats and sharps and just get the letters first. E flat dim 7, a diminished 7th. Well, just do an E flat. Just go every other note. Do an E chord, just every other note. I'm just dealing with note names here. Forget the flats and sharps. E, G, B, D. Those are the note names. So those are the whole notes. You'll write whole notes in those those areas. An E, a G, a B, and a D. Now we got to figure out the flats that go with them. So we want a flat here. We want a flat here. We want a double flat here. And we want a double flat here. So it is minor thirds all the way up. It's an E flat diminished 7th. Lovely. So you have a double flat here and a double flat here. I hope that's right. Now the coffee is wearing off. I'm not sure anymore. I do this so much and then I get confused as to what's what. Okay. B flat major 7th, and the major is referring to the 7th. So we have a B flat chord with a major 7th here. There. And then a C diminished 7th, well, that's back to this again. Minor third, start with a C, go up a minor third. But which note names are you going to use? I'm going to use these. And then I'm going to use flats to here, here, and a double flat to get the right notes I want, the right pitches for that. And then a B minor 7th, well, that's a B minor chord. It's here. The M refers to the chord. B major is that, B minor is that, and then 7th, you're using a minor 7th here. You use a minor 7th unless it tells you to do something else. And then the D flat 7, well, D flat chord with a minor 7th. And a minor 7th, remember, is a whole step less than that. It's here. So what are the note names here? Well, we're using this. Those are the note names. We just got to add the flats. So I got a D flat, an F, an A flat, and a C flat. That C flat will throw you. You'll think, okay, that's a B. No, a B is not in a D minor 7 chord. No, it's not there. So it's not in that. It's not in a D flat minor 7th chord. Number 3, transpose the melody for E flat alto sax to concert pitch and write it in here. Well, again, if you'll just take the clef sign and change it to bass clef, you got it. So instead of here, change it to bass clef and pretend this is bass clef here. And then change the key signature. So instead of, this is 3 sharps, which would be A major. For alto sax, it's going to be C major. It's a minor third. We're down to 6th. I go up a third because it's easier for me, I think. So I'm going to play in the key of C major, all white keys, unless there's accidentals. There aren't. So all white keys. And I'm also going to pretend it's bass clef instead of treble. It's here. I just read it as though it's bass clef. When you write it out, well, the key signature is C major. You don't have to have no sharps or flats. And the notes, rather than here, then just take it down to 6th. Each one down, just right down here. You're down here instead of up here. You went down here. Get it? Good. Okay. Now on page 144, we get the number 4. We get to draw lines. Connect the secondary dominant on the right side with its key, Roman numeral, on the left side, whatever. Connect the boxes. For instance, in the key of D major, a 5/7 and 5 chord is what chord? Beats me. Let's take a look. D major is here, 2 sharps. That's the 1 chord. The 5 chord is that. The 5 of that would be this. Remember, it's got to be a major. And the 7 is that. So what chord is that? E7 chord. E chord with a minor 7th is an E7 chord. Find E7 and draw the line. Boom. Okay. I'm not going to do all of these. You figure it out and you draw the lines. And if you run out of boxes on one side or the other, you screwed up. So try it again.